Smita Bali, Managing Director of Britannia. Ms. Bali, good morning. Thank you for joining us on ET Now. Ms. Bali, Britannia came out with good solid Q4 performance. Profits were up, margins were up, and sales for the quarter gone by, they were up 21%. Do you think that momentum is here to stay?
I have never given any guidance in the past, and I'm not about to do so. Though I do want to say that last year we closed on a strong note with a 25% increase in our top line. Operating income went up 40%. Net profit on a consolidated basis increased 30%. And two other significant factors are that our operating margin grew by 60 basis points and our market share increased by 50 basis points. So certainly it is the endeavor of all of us at Britannia to continue to maintain the growth and profitability momentum that we've seen in the past. But I'm certainly not giving any guidance for the next quarter.
Ms. Bali, given the current inflationary environment, do you plan to hike prices across some of your product categories?
As I've said earlier, pricing for us is a dynamic variable. We look at it in the context of what is happening to our input costs as well as the cost efficiencies that we are driving. And it is not as though one fine day we wake up in the morning and say we are increasing prices across the board. We keep adjusting prices over the entire year, and we do it for different brands and different pack sizes at different points in time.
Ms. Bali, wheat, sugar, cocoa, coffee, essentially all input prices have gone up. What are your thoughts on commodity prices going forward?
I definitely see a more moderate cost scenario in this year as compared with what we've seen in the past, and that is really on the back of a very good crop of both wheat and sugar, good opening stocks as far as the government is concerned, and that should ideally lead to a more moderate increase in prices. But I think food inflation is here to stay. We're only talking about degrees.
Ms. Bali, more importantly, if you could discuss the new launches. Actually, before that, if you could talk a little bit about competition, because that clearly continues to intensify across categories for you. So how do you plan to take on the increasing competitive environment?
Competition right now is good in India across the board, because I think it does two or three things. It increases the basic investment in the market, and frankly that is what has contributed to a very high double-digit growth of biscuits and of bakery in general. Plus we've seen a very high double-digit growth in our other sector in which we operate, which is our dairy business, which is also growing very nicely. So given the per capita consumptions across the board of all categories in India, competition is actually good. Competition creates a context for greater choice for consumers and therefore a greater degree of competitiveness amongst manufacturers. And I think that is what we've seen is driving the growth of this market. Biscuits in any case has been a very competitive market. We've got a mix of international players as well as a large number of local players. That has not changed very significantly. In dairy too, we are going to see more and more competitors, but I look at all of this as very, very positive and as something which is going to keep us on our toes as we get ready to face the new era of competition in India.
Ms. Bali, could you give us a sense of the new launches Britannia is planning in coming quarters?
Certainly we continue to accelerate our position and our range and our choice in the markets we currently operate in. So you can expect within bakery, whether it is rusk or cake or bread or even biscuits, some new introductions, as well as in our dairy business.
Ms. Bali, you recently forayed into the affordable cookie space as well. What kind of top-line contribution are you expecting from this, and what's the strategy with this particular product?
I'm not going to reveal any of our specific brand numbers, except to say that that product has gone down exceedingly well with consumers. I think more than bottom of the pyramid or anything like that, what we are really offering are product options, taste experiences at a variety of price points. It so happens that in India, a 5 rupee and a 10 rupee price point is a very convenient price point, and a large number of products are available in those price points. But it is about offering the consumer greater and greater variety. In fact, not many years ago, if you wanted to buy a 4 rupee biscuit, all you could afford was glucose. Today, in 4 or 5 rupees, you can get a cream biscuit, you can get a cracker, you can get a cookie, you can get a glucose, which is really one of the reasons why glucose as a category is actually declining in importance within the total biscuit category. So whilst the category is growing very high double digits, glucose is struggling as a category in the entire market to grow 4 or 5%.